Hello and welcome to the video. Today is a fun day because BetaFPV have just released an updated variant of their very good Meteor 65. This is the Meteor 65 Air. Now this has a couple of distinct changes from the original Meteor 65. I quite like that as a little whoop. It is a little bit lighter, and a little bit lighter in this kind of weight class actually results in some pretty nice improvements in performance. They've also changed the batteries on the back as well, so you get about 3.5–4 minutes out of this if you're flying it gently, about 2.5 if you're ripping it around. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of show you this thing, as I've been lucky enough to be sent a review unit, had this about 10 days and been putting it through its paces. And I must admit, I really like it. I like the Meteor 65, but I would probably prefer this one over it because of its slightly nicer flying characteristics. Now, I haven't had a chance to look at the website. The website hasn't had this listed because it's only just come out, and the review details that were sent didn't include what the price was going to be. So I'm going to be like you, looking for it. When I figure it out, I'll put it in the description down below, and I'll put a link to it as well. The headlines for this is an ultra lightweight 1S 65–75mm whoop. It weighs less than 17.1 grams, so it's suitable for hacking around at high speeds, and it can get up quite a space of speed. I've been flying it outdoors and having a lot of fun with it. Or it's really good for just gentle flying indoors if you want to learn to fly or just have something to mess about with, or maybe if you're learning to do some line of sight things like nose in. These kind of things are fantastic for that. The flight controller in the middle of this is the first 1S flight controller I've seen that uses something called a G473 processor. It's incredibly small and lightweight, super thin as well. It's less than 1mm thick, and the battery is better. So this one is shorter and about 1.1 gram lighter than the previous things I've had. So these changes make it about 6 grams lighter than the Meteor 65 that I've already looked at on the channel. The same size, it really has a new canopy, which I quite like. The only downside is you can't really adjust the camera angle on it. And it also has the same battery connector too. So in terms of the specs, the weight without a battery is 17.1 grams, size is 65mm, it has a Meteor 65 frame. You can buy alternative versions of the frame. This one has come with the blue, but I was also shipped as part of the review kit both a green and a purple version as well. Uses a new all-in-one flight controller. Mine's come with Express LRS, has an onboard 5.8G analog VTX capable of 25 to 400 milliwatts. The same CO3 camera at the front, which actually performs okay considering its small size. Two variants. There's a racing version which has a 0702 SE 27,000 kV, and the freestyle, which I think is this one here, is the 0702 SE 23,000 kV. Props are Gemfan 1219S 3-bladed props if you have the racing version, and the freestyle one has the HQ 31mm ultralight. Battery connector is BT 2.0, same as the full Meteor 65, and the battery is a Lava 1S, and I'm using the 260 mAh units here, which are those slightly lighter versions. Available with 2 receivers, both P&P and Express LRS. So in the box there is a cable that you plug into the bottom of the flight controller that is the adapter for USB. So let's plug it into Betaflight and have a look at how it's all set up. I'll put a dump and diff below to how it's set up if you're interested. Now obviously it's upside down on the bench because it has to be to plug the cable in, but everything seems to be working fine. You can see it has been armed. There's a little bit in the data flash, love that. So the ports, very simple basic stuff. The smart audio to control it is on UART2, UART3 is the serial receiver, 8K gyro, 4K PID loop frequencies, CP load is reasonably high, ticking over at 44% with the CPU that's on it here. Power and battery look like that and seem to work well in the playing that I've done here. Fail safe, surprise, is set to drop. PID tuning is really good. It's very, very smooth. There isn't any expo added in here. If you are going to want to fly at really slow speeds, I would probably add a little bit of expo in. Receiver is set for CRSF. Telemetry is currently turned off. And nicely, the modes are set up really sensibly, with the arming channel on channel 5, which is great for Express LRS, and the others in a reasonable layout too. So there shouldn't be that much messing around. The only other one I would draw your attention to is the good old on-screen display. The OSD is a very personal thing. I would move things around. There's lots of things on here I'm not bothered about, but a couple of minutes and you'll have it in the way that you want. Again, dump and diff below if you want to have a look at more detail. So what's it like to fly? Well, it is surprising fun, and it's one of those little models that I really like. Now, those of you that watch the channel a lot, you'll know that I really like the 5, 6, 7, 8-inch class, those kind of bigger ones that give you a little bit more flight time. However, this has consistently put a big grin on my face. It is beautiful to fly and very stable. Mine did have a little drift to one side, had to recalibrate the accelerometer in Betaflight, and that took care of it. And it does seem to be very resilient to crashes. And I have bounced it off quite a few things, including the odd pole, and it has just shrugged that off. The plastic around the props is a little bit soft, so it does absorb those kind of issues, and the fact that you can buy the replacement frames in the same or different colours does mean that it's going to be easy to repair. It is hovering about a third throttle. That gives you plenty of power to zoom around when you really need to, and it is very stable and well behaved, so it is easy to fly when you are practicing your hovering and fine motor skills. Express LRS reception is good. I have flown it reasonably far away from me, kind of, a small park distance away, and it's behaved absolutely fine. Some of the smaller versions, particularly historically, that had those horrible ceramic antennas on the flight controller, would kind of give up the ghost once you got about 20 feet away. This will absolutely stay connected, even when you're flying at distances that you wouldn't risk other little whoops for. So, tick V good for the Express LRS receiver sensitivity. And this is just tons of fun, and this is something that you could literally slip into your pocket along with a handful of batteries, and in your lunch hour just go out and rip it around and just have a big smile on your face. So again, this has just been released today. I am not normally a fan of whoops, but this is very, very nice. I like the fact that there's spare canopies available. I like the fact that there were spare props in the box. Hopefully that's something that's there for customers buying it. Occasionally you would damage a prop if you hit something very hard and this deformed and caught the prop. It's going to get snapped. This is a very lightweight piece of kit. Although I do like the fact that those frames are available, so you can swap them over, change the colour if you really wanted to. It just means that this potentially could be a loyal friend over a season or two without getting into too much trouble or expense to keep it flying. Only a couple of things to be aware of, really. There isn't a charger in the box, so you're going to have your own style of charger. I like these kind of adapters for regular chargers, but there's loads of different versions around. Check out my reviews of them. But you will need something with a BT 2.0 connector, so you can plug them in. Batteries seem to perform very well, and they are available in packs of 5 for reasonably low money, so it's worthwhile definitely ordering some extra batteries if you're going to get one of these. Last thing to mention is it is a little linear antenna on the top here for your FPV stuff. For the best possible reception, I would swap out the patch or circular polarized antennas, if you have those on your goggles, for a linear antenna. That will give you the best reception as this is whipping around. But as much as I love it, I think it needs to go to somebody who will fly it on a daily basis and have as much fun with it as I have had here. So I'm going to do a giveaway. Thank you for sticking to the end. This is there to reward those of you that actually do watch my videos all the way through. So if you want to be with a chance of winning this, standard stuff. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll pull the names out the hat in probably a week, 10 days, and then let the winner know here on the channel. So thank you for hanging around. Do go and check it out. Its links are available down below. And for those of you that do want to join in with the prize draw, best of luck, and I will hopefully see you all soon. Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Pedantry60 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.